Welcome, everyone, to San Antonio by Night Aftermath, the first season, episode 5.
Maybe they won't look quite so massive now. Maybe, if I'm lucky. Nope.
I do an intro.
Yes, welcome, everyone. I'm Ox.
Hi.
Off to a great start, everyone. Welcome. The Iconoclasts, as they've been so rightfully dubbed, have been doing a lot of perusing their own domain to figure out what it is that they have and what it is that they can do with it to make their lives just that much simpler going forward. One such interesting thing is that there is a family of shady individuals called the Ramirez family who have been busted recently due to a crackdown on one of their operations. Based on some initial investigating, they found that this particular site was a production site. But not only that, but through some further investigation with a seedy friend of Ohure's, it might have been a big scheme, it might have been a quality scheme, who knows. But we're going to get some thoughts from our lovely Iconoclast to find out how they feel about some of the information that they've been gleaning and about what they plan to do next. So, Noel, Mr. Stoneford, the big brains of the operation, as it would seem, what is your take on all of this? How does it make you feel right now?
Must we?
We must.
Truly, must we? Uh, I. Tonight's been just a total fucking wash. Uh, I. You know, next time that I go to talk to people, I'm taking someone with me. Because. But. Uh, I'm 90% sure that I almost got shot in the face. Which is, yeah, let's have a masquerade breach and I don't look right now. I need to be alone, but they wanted to go on this outing, and well, the last time that Faust went and did something on his own, that didn't end well for anyone involved. So I'm gonna keep an eye on them, make sure that Ohure doesn't lose her shit, and that Faust doesn't, well, doesn't. Weirdly enough, I don't have any problems with Maria. I thought she would be a bigger problem. She's been doing her work with absolute aplomb at the moment, and I can't help but commend her for that. Still quite the frightening individual, though. That's all there is to be said.
Yes. Well, it seems that some people are incredibly efficient, while others, according to your own opinions, are a little bit lackluster. Ahore, what is your take on the events going on and your fellow coterie mates that you've been so graciously given?
There's been a lot happening. What's it been? 3, 4 nights now? And oh, it's beautiful. I'm doing what Maria asked of me. She asked me to try and get along with Faust, and maybe we made a little bit of headway tonight on the way over to the diner. Eh, maybe cleared the air a little bit. Who knows, maybe he can get behind the way I think. As for Noel, still not quite sure what the fuck to think of him. But either way, we got to get this coterie fed up. Make sure everybody's got their fill. Because when I start getting hungry is when things are really going to hit the fan. Don't know whether the rest of the coteries clicked onto it or not. I've told Noel and I've told Faust that, when I get hungry, people die. So it's a matter of whether they believe it or not. But for now, we get some good times. Hang out at the diner. See what goes down.
And that you shall. Faust, our lovely Ventru fledgling. What's your thoughts and take? You ran into somebody you recognized at that diner. Maybe not ran into, but saw, at the very least. Person you saw kind of poking around in Dallas for a moment.
It's immediately bad news when I'm seeing a face more than once. And I'm not the reason why. It's, even more so alarming that the individual seems to be poking around the same general vicinities. Regardless of that being high life or low life. I'm immediately presuming it's not good. It's not good. But I don't feel entirely prepared to enclose on it just yet. Realistically, I should have probably at least put some sort of pinpoint on him. Introduced myself. With risk comes opportunity. As say. That's true. If anything, that's the truest thing I've ultimately learned about this coterie is constant risk and opportunity. God. I'm learning more. I think I'm at a point where I've learned enough about them that I know how to start building from here. I know what I can do to help them. I know what I can do to support them. It's just a matter of whether or not will in turn come back towards me. I feel as if Ventru, not the same Ventru that Mr. Wilford is, and I'm not the same Ventru that Mr. Pierce is. Eugene was. Wilford can be strict. He's absolute, resolute in everything that he does. Eugene was opportunistic. He was ambitious. He was worldly and very charismatic. And I feel like I'm stumbling all over myself, if I'm gonna be perfectly clear. But if I show that, if I present that nothing that I'm doing is not intentional, that all that I say isn't truly because that is the case, then I'm showing a weakness that I can't afford. I can't accept that kind of failure right now. I'm disheartened because I don't know how to connect to others, for once. For probably the first time. But I can't pull back on that. Not yet. I just have to bide my time. Make sure that no matter how they fall, I can at least catch them.
Your sire and Mr. Wolford have always made it very clear that a Ventrue's position in a coterie should be one of the backbone, the supporting structure, the foundation, if you will, of any group, be it a coterie, be it a pairing, be it a princedom. It all starts with the backbone of the operation, and if that is not solid, or at least appears to be so, then how can they stand? And then there's Maria, who's maybe growing a little bit of a backbone herself in this coterie. If the Ventrum must be the backbone, is the Zamisi the sinew that glues everything else together?
Well, I can't promise much of anything right now. This whole situation is just being spiraling. It ends up worrying me from time to time. Still new to the coterie thing. I understand that's gathering makes us all kind of in the same boat. Jorge said something that kind of left me a little bit worried. Can't eat people without killing people. Explains a lot more than I ever care to enjoy. I'm seeing all the cracks right now. This coterie, this gang needs a win. I don't know who's gonna step up. I mean, yeah, I'm talking to people, I'm doing everything I can, but it's the neighborhood. That's all. I wanted to end up making sure that everything ended up coming out clean in the wash, that's all. Instead, I end up hearing about meth labs that are in houses damn near burning down, getting busted up by... Well, don't need to go much into that. I'm starting to see weird things. I'm starting to hear weird things. It's amazing how much you learn when you're able to hear. I hear that there's a lot of individuals whose senses can be absurdly sharp, like terrifyingly so. Kind that can hear the buzzing of a fly from 5 blocks away, even in high traffic. It's amazing what I end up hearing. I don't have that particular ability, but I do listen in. And I try and end up making sure that I end up getting everybody's number. fact of the matter is this barbecue is probably the closest thing to a plan we got. And I'm not sure what else I can end up doing. I'm no schemer. You know, I never had a mind on me for big things. I just, well, what I want don't matter no more, now does it? Maybe it never did.
Perhaps. I suppose you'll find out whether you're going to need the brain for being the big schemer, or if you're going to need to rely on your coterie's abilities. Do you have to be a loner? Or can you work as a group? That's really the question that's been the most important so far, as there's already tension in this coterie. The four of you are in your coterie house, the shared haven that you all have, having met up for the night after having visited the restaurant that you saw before, and Noel returning from his outing in the neighborhood, Ahure coming back as well from Marjani's bar. You all had been here and had been discussing for a moment, but is there anything else more that you wish to discuss first before you head out for the rest of your evening?
All the talking Noel and Maria had was in the car on the way there. Because at the
Same.
end of last session.
Yep, same.
Okay. Then everybody's going to the restaurant then?
Yep.
Alright, then to the restaurant it is. And so, you all meet there outside together. What is your plan going forward?
Ray climbs out of the vehicle, closing the door behind her, moving around the front to lean against the old bull bar on the front. Just waiting for Maria and Noel. And Faust can get out whenever the hell he wants.
I go ahead and clamber on out too. It's kind of funny actually. The vehicle's a lot bigger. Not a lot bigger, but I mean, compared to Ray just being able to step out and Faust having a little bit of a hop. He forgets he's shorter.
Yes, compared to Ray, you are close to a foot shorter than her.
Go ahead and close the door. Behind
You
me.
need a step ladder there, little man?
I can get around fine. Thank you for the consideration.
Alright. Let me know if you need me to lift you up and put you down, eh?
You're a strong woman. You pick things up and put things down. I get it.
Well, glad that joke went over well. What about these other two? Where the bloody hell are they?
That's a good question. I actually have questions about what Maria intends tonight. I understand feeding. Yes, that's great. And Mr. Stoneford as well.
It's not too much
Oh, I'm
longer.
kind of just... tagging along for the ride.
I'm about the same.
And it's not too much longer that Maria and Noel do arrive in Maria's vehicle. Her clambering old truck. But clamber as it may, it still holds together.
Well, ain't that just a quick way of describing on how everything else is working? I'm pretty sure the reason that it took a little longer is Maria ended up taking his sweet time to make events very clear to Noel before the truck pulls up, and Maria just pauses at the wheel. After pulling the keys out, putting them in her pocket, she just kind of braces herself against the wheel. It's kind of that same energy you have, like you're talking for, or you're preparing yourself for a real nice job interview. You're not sure if you're going to do it. You're worried on how you're going to screw things up. You know that you're not on your game. Rhea knows very well because right now she is one step away from starved. And she probably would end up consuming everybody in that diner if she could. She knows that. They're cool, she says to herself. Still, probably doesn't help that she's got 3 other blood-drinking monsters helping her out in this. No, you best get out of the car for a moment. I'm just gonna need a minute.
As you need. Take your time. And he'd hop out of the car. And head over to where Uhura and Faust are.
Hey, Noel. How you doing, bud?
Been better. Been better.
Well, I don't know about you three, but I'm hungry. As she says that, she kind of looks around as if to make sure that there are no people around.
Well, I think we should figure out what the menu is first.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Anyone have any allergens? Mr. Stoneford?
No allergens.
Fucking peanuts.
Got it. Oh god, wait.
Huh?
Never mind. It's a gay joke.
There's a joke
Spit
that
it
would
out.
be that. There is a joke that would fit in here. Something about nut butter, but that's beneath me.
Thank you. Thank you. We're all
Can't
on-
deal with nuts in my mouth, I can tell you that.
Oh,
It makes me feel horrible. Mouth swells up. It's no good.
I'm so pleased we're all on the same line of humor here.
Yeah, why not?
I think it's about this time that Maria ends up getting out of the new truck. Kind of looks at everybody. After all, she is a pure Christian woman. Might be offended by such, well, statements, and just remains ignorant to the whole conversation.
Hey, Maria, you got any food allergies?
Everything.
Oh, damn. How do you eat?
as quickly and as little as possible, and then throw it up immediately.
Fair, fair, fair.
It's been that kind of night. I do the same with booze all the time.
All right. She starts looking around, looking into the diner, just trying to get a lay of the land, trying to end up seeing if there's anyone or anything that she might be able to end up consuming right now.
Did you have anything specific, or were you going to go looking?
At this point, she doesn't have the luxury of being specific.
Then, if you're looking for a hunting role, then you may do so at your normal difficulty, because you are in your domain.
I believe we're chase 2, so difficulty 5.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you're very close. You can spend willpower on it. Yeah, for whatever reason, there isn't much to go on. You look, you spend a little bit of time doing so. The opportunity is just not there. The opportunity to do it quietly, to do it succinctly, to do it without being caught. No, it's some of this is too out in the open. Other positions are, no one goes near it. It's just no opportunity.
Yeah, it's starting to become concerning. I know how I get when I'm getting hungry. Things are gonna go very south very quickly if I do not get this organized.
Well then,
Lord.
go ahead.
Go ahead. It's just her internally talking to herself, trying to focus in on this and realizing she is in deep shit.
Well, we're here, and we've decided to get food. Fantastic. So, I have a proposition. Our options are scarce. It's fairly late in the night. We're going to have to make an opportunity. And I do believe a hooray. I could probably spot you some gas money tonight.
Oh.
Probably. Either you or Maria. However we want to play this. It's a matter of whose car.
You got a plan?
Can I see that Maria is hungry?
I think
I'm pretty sure that she's just trying not to end up acting more suspicious than normal, but yeah, she definitely seems to be on edge.
you know what you're looking for when someone's hungry. And you see her kind of biting her nails, at least what looks like she's biting her nails, but in reality, she's likely actually chewing on the end of her fingernail, the end of her fingertip. Trying to distract herself, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that should be easy. I look over to the nearest. Where is the, other than the diner, where is there like a gas station? Is there another 24-hour service nearby?
Yeah, there's some. There's not a lot, but there's some in the area. Maybe a couple.
Okay. We'll start with that. Usually there's maybe one clerk at night. A couple cameras. Get them outside. No deal. NBG. NBD.
Come again.
I'm proposing that I just bring a store clerk out to you. Fast food.
Funny. Yeah. I'm don't even have it in me to embark you in the point right now.
Alright.
Okay. In that case, Faust, I would like you, since you're not going very far, it's just down the block, maybe 2 blocks away from this particular diner, and so is it just Maria and Faust going, or is Hooray and Null following along?
Um,
The more people, the more sus it gets.
yeah, I'll stay back.
Okay. Ray?
Yeah. I'm probably not going to go with them because the more people that are there, the more suspect it gets. So, you guys are right to go on your own if you like. I'm going to chill here. I'm going to get a feed. What do you think, Noel? Care to have dinner with me?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
People already think you're my twink boyfriend. Ugh.
Just stop.
I'm so elated that this is the assumption being made. Truly.
Oh, don't count your chickens before they've hatched, Faust, because it's very likely that you might be next.
It's alright, I'll top you both.
That's funny. Can we end up getting something to eat, please? Please?
Alright, get your truck. We're gonna
There's-
We're gonna pretend the gas meter's broken.
All right. I'm gonna trust you on that one.
And the 2 of you make your way towards a nearby gas station to go and feed the overnight clerk. When you pull up to a gas pump, you're kind of parked there for now, and you go inside. What do you tell the clerk?
How do we
This will
start?
determine your feeding role or your hunting
I think
role.
First things first, were the cameras outside of the building?
There are cameras visible. Yeah.
Okay. Change plans. Shifting to the next one. You don't want to know where there are cameras? Bathrooms. We'll do bathrooms. I make a quick point. Stop inside the bathroom, and then at the very door, I just make this gnarled sound. Oh my god. Miss Higgs. Correction. Ad-lib that. Can I?
Yeah, of course.
Amazing. I wouldn't make that. I would make that mistake. Faust wouldn't. Jeez.
Are you trying to get the attention of the clerk?
Yes, and Maria at the same time. Let's just
Okay.
start making these gnarled sounds. Disgusting. Hideous. What happened to this bathroom?
Like you're having a bad time.
Like I just saw something terrible. I call over Maria. Hey, come look at this. This is awful. This is just absolutely disgusting. And then I point to and then once she comes over, she probably already is. Then I point to the clerk.
The clerk's just kind of cocking a brow at you.
I point at him. Activate awe.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to command him. Why haven't you cleaned this?
I would like you to make me a manipulation plus subterfuge.
Manipulation, subterfuge. Am I good at that? Does it matter?
And I don't think all would apply because it's not a persuasion roll.
No. Does it... Can I add... No, I can't. Okay. Boink.
Are you going to spend willpower? Or would you like to succeed at a cost?
What would be the cost?
One point of aggravated willpower damage.
That's a high one. No, I'm just gonna use normal willpower. Fuck that.
Alright.
Boink.
Because this
I almost-
is counting as your hunting roll. So it's a difficulty 5.
Is it?
Yep.
Alright. Wow. Sucks to suck.
So he'll kind of cock a brow at you and say, "Look, man, I just cleaned that shit. If it's a mess, then you do whatever the fuck you need to do, and then I'll clean it. Get the fuck out of my station."
Is that any way to really speak to a customer around here?
Is that really any kind of way to speak to somebody who's doing their job?
No. You don't understand. I don't think you understand. I walk up to the counter to him. I put my hand on it. Now let me make something perfectly clear.
He kind of backs up against the cigarette case behind him.
What you are not understanding is that I am not just anyone. If I say something needs to be cleaned, it should be cleaned. And the reason why is because I happen to know precisely who to get in contact to get your ass fired. It's not that hard, buddy. I work in the corporate world. I am the big shot name.
Kind of eyes you up and down.
Buford. Look it up.
Am I supposed to know that name?
If you were smart, you would.
Yeah. Fuck off.
So I'm gonna say... Give me the number.
I don't have to give you shit. You said you knew it already. So don't make me call the cops.
Call the cops for what?
For harassment. You pulled a gun on me.
Where's the gun?
It kind of gives you a look.
Come on, buddy. Just take a look at the bathrooms. I'm not exactly fond of seeing piss up on the walls and just about every part of the floor.
Yeah, and I know a beer run when I see it.
I'm not here for beer.
Apparently what you want isn't at my store, buddy.
Fuck's sake. I use mesmerize. Get in the fucking bathroom. Stand there.
Roll your rouse.
All right. I'm annoyed.
Okay.
Okay.
Then make me your mesmerize roll, difficulty 2.
Whatever. Close enough for government work.
That makes it. You see that his eyes kind of glaze over and he goes kind of dull-eyed. But he does exactly what you tell him to do.
I'm agitated. I just
He walks straight from the counter towards the bathroom and goes inside.
put a candy bar on the counter. And I just wait.
He's in there. And then snaps out of it and comes right back out and says, "The fuck, man?"
I nod to Maria. I just put my hands out.
Yeah. I believe that's when I end up deciding that I'm gonna take him for a ride. And I believe at this point it's gonna be we're gonna end up using strength brawl. And you wanna know what? Screw it. I'm even gonna arouse the blood. Okay, so +2.
Yep.
God dang it.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to successfully wrestle him further into the bathroom to get further eyes off of him.
Oh, this is me just. No, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to because probably cameras out front, right?
Mm-hmm.
I told him to stand in the bathroom. Is that... The door closes behind him, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, the door's closed behind him now that he's out of the doorway.
Alright. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to take.
Yeah. And he's in there.
This is a coordinated effort.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And I'm gonna feed from him.
I'm gonna ask you to make a difficulty 3 frenzy check. Cool as a cucumber. The taste of blood is so intoxicating. But
Did I hear what he was speaking about Faust like?
Yeah, it was getting kind of loud.
Fuck it then. You wanna know what? He can end up here going with a headache for all shift. Have a little bit of heart palpitations. Go home early. I'm gonna end up taking 3 out of him.
Oh shit. All right. Give me a high or low.
Hi.
You take 3 out of him. He starts to get woozy in your arms. Very woozy. Dangerously woozy.
I'll leave him and up here near laying on the piss-soaked bathroom floor. Oops, he slipped. I'm just gonna end up with it walking out and have to wash my hands. Man's bathrooms. Ugh.
Both of y'all hear the door jingle
Okay.
as what you assume to be a customer walks into the place, starts looking around.
Yeah.
Faust just
Go ahead.
Faust looks at him. Haven't seen the clerk in about 20 minutes.
The
He
fuck?
just
Yeah, service in this place is atrocious.
You see the other customers start looking around. It's not a very big service station.
Look, if they don't have them here, and we're not gonna end up going anywhere, let's just get going. Probably have have it down the road.
all right. Yeah. I'm just sad. I really, really wanted those.
Yeah, I know. Come on, honey.
All right.
The other
It was
customer,
limited edition Snickers.
the other customer
Yeah.
pays you to no further mind and goes back to shopping.
Let him go.
As we exit, Faust just looks at Maria. Snickers. Because you're not you when you're hungry.
Food pun. Gotcha. Well, a little,
Man, I sure do love the people in this neighborhood. They've
we
all
learned
got
to love.
learn to. Okay.
How about yourself? You doing any better?
I've been doing brightly.
Well,
You made a very affirmative point before.
yeah, what's that?
Well, I suppose two. One, most importantly, I should probably just. I should definitely believe in what others say about themselves first.
Well, you give everybody the chance to prove you wrong.
Coffee? I
Mm.
gotta go real quick.
Okay.
We're gonna head on out and leave before it starts to get a little too suspicious, but who knows? Find out in a moment. You remember those two that were at the diner?
I do. I
Yeah.
was. As I stated, well, with full disclosure, I'd seen one of them in other cities.
Well, one of them's having a little bit of, well, let's just say a funded problem. Apparently one of their little projects went bust. Trying to end up pulling some strings, but can't promise much. Looks like one of them needs a bit of an updraft. I don't know. Figure finding little things like that might end up being of use. Not sure which one's which, so I'm not sure which one you were talking about, but I do know that right now they seem to be both in a bit of a pinch. Thought it might be information you can use.
I'll keep it in mind. See if there's a way we can network this. Which I do believe there is. You're muted.
You're muted, Derek, yeah.
we're gonna need a few things. First and foremost, we're gonna need to end up getting groceries. We're gonna need to end up getting propane, barbecues. You know a few individuals who might be good at any of the catering stuff, or at least cooking on a grill. That'd be fantastic. You know, given the fact propane fire and the fact that we're made of dried up newspaper, might be worth checking into.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just need to relax. Keep it relaxed. Things don't get out of hand. Not readily, anyway.
Gotcha. I've only really attended barbecues before. I've never actually hosted one. So this is exciting.
Yeah.
So many things to consider, especially nowadays.
How long has it been for you?
For barbecue?
Since you're breathing.
Oh. Give or take. I want to say about a year.
Guess that makes you and me about to celebrate our first death day.
Oh my god. Twins.
I don't know. I'm trying. Besides, I need to end up figuring that out, and I don't know. Honestly, I just kind of feel like I'm just trying to figure out what's the line I gotta toe right now. Following along.
I think I'm in the same boat with you on that. I can't even lie about that. There's a lot of expectations, I think.
On you.
Well, you too.
No, what's expected of me is I'm gonna screw up and then I'm gonna get burnt to a crisp. That's the expectations. For me to circumvent them is the miracle.
You don't mean to tell me that that isn't its own pressure? It certainly is.
No, my success is based off of literally screwing up.
Mine being the direct opposite of yours.
Well,
I mean, I can make the offer, and I know it seems very unlikely now, but I don't necessarily want any of this to fall apart. And I say that now knowing full well my hypocrisy in that. Another point you made at the diner.
I'm not here to end up poking at you and that Faust. I'm really not.
No,
I don't have a slightest clue on what I'm doing. I'm just jumping from lily pad to lily pad. That's about it. Honestly, go on. Go on.
I think you know what you're doing for yourself. And I think that's admirable.
Small praises, I suppose. Right now, I feel a lot better. But I want to end up... I don't know. Like I said, everybody else seems to have it clear cut. They know what they need to do. Everybody's shouting at each other. No one seems to end up following with a singular purpose. No, they're just... I don't know. You ever have one of those days where you swear that somebody's handed it back to you with the shovel full? Stinks twice as bad.
I mean, that's a good way to put it, yeah. I think I've done that. I think I felt that before, more specifically, and at the time I didn't have much opportunity to do anything with that. I mean, you're given a shovel and manure. Make it a garden, I guess.
Never had much of a green thumb and try not to involve anything that requires sunlight. For obvious reasons.
Oh, thank God for modern technology. Get a lizard light. UV light. You could always also grow mushrooms, that's a thing.
Wouldn't that be funny? I don't know.
Fungi are really cool. They are. What don't you know?
I hear words all the time between you and the others. Here amongst the rest of them, and usually I gotta end up going to Sammy to end up getting the lowdown as to what's actually happening. I ain't just too sure about which way the sun's coming, far less the moon. And every single time I end up hearing you three speak together, it oftentimes ends up sounding like as if you guys always have a plan going on. You know, you're putting things together and you're talking about things, and you know, I have a rudimentary understanding of what anarch means. We're supposed to be in an anarch city. What the fuck does that actually mean? Pardon my language. Says a small prayer for forgiveness in her tone. No. I don't get it. I don't get the deal. And then there's everything else going on. You at least have an understanding where the hell you come from. Who do I go to? You have problems, you can go to, what was his name again?
Mr. Wilford.
Mr. Wilford. And he'd be able to answer all kinds of questions, explain on how things are going, and how they usually work out, and probably do a lot of figuring for you. Help shortcut your way into how this all lays out, right?
Correct, but
But
I don't think he understands where to come from the angle that I'm trying to pursue. Maybe he does. More than likely he does. It's just not his methods. And he wants me to understand his methods because they work. But continue.
he's trying to end up paving for you a way to end up getting through it all. And he's trying to show you tried and tested. And I get to figuring this right?
That's correct.
Well, congratulations. That makes you 12 steps ahead of every other, what's the term they use? Lick? Out there. Because we don't got that. Not around here. What I got is asking somebody who's currently on their own wits' end. And I got 3, what I can nearest figure, individuals with sociopathic tendencies to end up following along and ask what the hell is going on. I have one who doesn't seem to end up understanding exactly what he's capable of handling because he's, well, trying to end up figuring out what this whole path that's been placed before him actually means and if they're even capable of doing it. Noel seems to be able to want to poke holes in absolutely everything, but it's absolutely trash when it ends up coming to actually building something. Because it seems to be it's all about what the mistakes and the holes are, but I haven't seen the rebuilding of it. And then we end up having a little loose cannon Ray who ends up feeling the need to do what Ray does. And I don't know on how that's going to end up coming together. But I know Noel apparently has a brain on him. Well read man. Gotta be respected for that. Gotta come up with something. Ray, at least makes no bones of what she is. I think the thing you and me have in common is uncertainty. If you catch my meaning.
I do. Fear in the past, fear in the future. Sidestepping all the way.
So how might I end up assisting you, Faust? Let's cut to the chase scene.
Assist me by telling me what you want. Rather, what Maria Higgs believes to be best for herself. If that's throwing a barbecue, then I'll make it happen.
What I believe is best. What I believe is best is no ripples in the water. Keep your head down and I don't know. I just wait things out. That's what I'm best at, just waiting. And I kept my head down for a year ever since this whole thing took place. Ever since they made me. I don't know how to do much of else. Like I said, everybody else seems to be the mover and shaker. Me, I'm just there. Wallflower kind of thing. And despite as much as I might want to do otherwise, I don't have the head for... You give me something you want to go towards, I'm more than capable of trying to get people to get together and end up putting it all together. Nice shebang going on. Yeah? But we take a look at some of the things that we have to talk to, we gotta own up to. That worries me.
And those are the things that you let us handle.
That would be almost everything. You never did answer me.
Hmm.
You ever talk to your daddy about me? Well, grandpappy, whatever it is.
The old man? No.
Yeah.
Not yet. I want to know who you are first.
I gave you the answer already. That hasn't changed.
Very well. Next time I see him, I'll give him a quick inquiry about it. And,
You do that. You do that.
and maybe of Dracula as well.
Suppose we'll move on to Noel. Noel, what is it that you're doing right now?
Well, since I was going to be doing a thing with the Hooray, but Mox said to jump off real quick. I think just taking some time to assess the situation and what a Hooray might ask me to do, for one, because she wanted to go and get something to eat.
She did.
And
She asked you to come along.
And if she's wanting to actually feed, that means somebody's going to die.
Not that you particularly know that.
Oh, I do. She told me.
Oh.
She told me straight up that when she feeds, people die. And I'm willing to take her at her word on that one. I don't know. Don't know. I'm thinking that she's gonna owe me for this. I'm thinking that she's gonna make me be complicit in murder. That I'm at the very least going to get something out of it. I'm going to sit down the terms for her having my help, and if she doesn't accept them, well, then she's not getting my help. Simple as that. So at the moment it's going to be a matter of thinking through what that stuff is. Probably whilst on the way to where the Hooray wishes to hunt, because I can see Mox pulling it as we speak, so she'll only be a couple of minutes.
Okay. It's likely not going to be very far from where it is that you all met up, as far as the restaurant goes. You both are probably likely prowling the city streets, looking for some advantageous little spots.
Yes, looking for a spot most secluded.
You can see that Ahurai's eyes are kind of darting back and forth. You can tell that that's a very hunting-like face that she's putting on. She's a very curious hunter. It's a very curious thing to watch. How many times have you interacted with Gangrel in the past before?
Not that many. Houston didn't have that many. No, Houston was more the Bruja. Bruja came a dime a dozen. Gangrel was something special. I think she should be back in just a second.
I'm back.
There
Welcome
it is.
back. Welcome back. We were just getting on about where it is that you both are kind of traveling. You're kind of going down the street from that little diner that you all had met at. Kind of prowling along, your eyes kind of darting back and forth towards what you think might be opportunities coming up. Noel, you're probably doing a bit of the same given how you're a little hungry yourself.
A little.
So, Hooray, what is your hunger right now? Because I don't see it marked on your sheet as anything higher than 1.
Her hunger is actually a 1.
Mm.
She was actually talking about real food
Mm.
when she
Oh,
mentioned that she was hungry.
Interesting. So, when she starts strolling down the street towards a different restaurant, you start wondering a little bit what exactly she might have meant, Noel.
And he's gonna look to her with this confused look, like, "What are you doing?"
Gonna go get dinner? My shout.
Okay. Hold up. Why?
You'd be amazed what kind of opportunities you can make at a place like a diner. And I just happen to be gifted with the ability to eat regular food. So it makes it look not so weird.
Oh. What wonderful. Lucky you.
Hooray, you
Gotta
might be
be
able
some sort of win, right?
you might be able to stomach food, but you know that it tastes like ass going down, and you eventually have to get rid of it by the end of the night, but who cares about that right now, right?
Actually, one of her things actually means that she can enjoy it.
Yep.
Hmm.
Eat food allows you to actually enjoy the taste of food.
Oh,
You
interesting.
do have to purge. You do have to purge it by the end
She'll
of the
have to
night.
purge it, but she can enjoy
But-
it.
Oh. Well, hot damn.
Yeah.
I'm learning things
It's
tonight,
actually
too.
It's actually a pretty neat little merit, all things considered.
It's a
And-
mythic.
And with Blush of Life, I'm able to keep it down. I'm able to keep it down, and I will have to purge it by the end of the night. Except I don't get to enjoy it.
No. No, you've tried
Yay,
that
so-
before, Noel.
Yep. So this is. This is just the capstone of an absolutely wonderful night. Mm.
Not to mention that
No,
there's
you're
a bit
having
of a
bad night.
to mention that there's a bit of a paranoid tickle in the back of your head. You thought that she meant she was going to eat some people. Is she going to eat? Is she going to take you into some place to eat you instead? Is she hiding it? Is she faking it?
You know what? Right now, if I just straight up disappeared, I wouldn't care. This night has been an absolute wash. I almost got shot in the fucking face. I made Maria pissed off.
Yeah, needless to state, you're a little fidgety, Noel.
Right. Okay, so I get to, Of course, that's how this night's gonna end. Right. Let's just get to a place, and I'm gonna rouse for a Blush of Life. I don't get any hungrier, thankfully.
Nope.
Thank heavens for
Those hunger
small
pangs are-
goddamn mercies.
Hunger pangs are just as you woke up with them. They're a little bit
Yep, just-
proddy, but nothing more than
I
nothing
could
more
do with a
than a
little
sinking
poke.
feeling.
Yeah, I could deal with a little poke, that's fine. It's manageable. But of course, having to taste ash is of course how this night's gonna end.
No, you know what you would rather eat. That succulent, delicious red liquid out of maybe that staff member who walks by.
Not that desperate. Not that desperate.
You wonder what they taste like.
Well, I could look at the menu, but I can't order off it. Not yet. Not that desperate. So, where are we going, Ahuri?
Ray slips on into the nearest place,
Mm.
stepping in with confidence.
It's a bit of a McDonald's.
Ah, good old Macca's.
There's internally, Noel is just like, well, at the very least, I don't have to worry. Even if I could eat food, I wouldn't have to worry about it tasting good. It's not a waste.
Ray kind of throws an arm around his shoulder and kind of leans on him a little bit, and she's like, "What's your flavor? What do you eat?"
He's just gonna look up at the menu and consider, because it's been a while since he's had McDonald's. It's been like 5 years since he's had McDonald's.
She kind of leans in as he's looking up at the menu, and she mutters into his ear, "I'm talking about actual."
And his eyes would tick to her, and he'd lean over. It's just like, normally bags are the way, but if we're doing active hunting,
Right.
scared.
You like packet food?
It's not a matter of like, it's a matter of it's been a necessity over the past little while. You see, there were some things that happened, collateral damage, and I pissed off some very powerful people.
And you like your packet food a little bit scared.
A little bit scared, a little bit angry, a little bit flighty. Any of the three.
Right.
Oh, hooray, you've had bags before. You had them
Ugh.
while you were on the boat. On the
It's
boat
not great.
from Australia to North America. They're disgusting. You can swallow them, but they're disgusting. You had to force
Not
yourself to learn
great.
to eat it.
It's not great, but it'll do in a pinch. Alright.
Well, that's
Well.
exactly why Overway would have been able to gather it as soon as she said that in his response. It's more like a, oh, that's a stretch. Enjoying? No, that's a real stretch.
She takes a look at the menu and points to it and says, "Make your order." And as she does, she kind of casts a glance around the Macca's to see if there's anyone that might fit a good bill for him.
And
Because you also have Bloodhound, don't you?
as far as the mundane,
Mm-hmm.
Ma?
Oh, you have Bloodhound.
You have
right?
Bloodhound. Right?
Sorry, what?
Sorry, you have the
You have
Bloodhound
Bloodhound?
merit.
Yes.
So you're gonna start kind of strolling around, see if you can sniff out something that he might like.
She's kind of just looking to see if there's anyone in the restaurant, first of all, that
Look.
she might be able to target.
There's a couple people.
Making somebody feel fearful is something that she can do without a problem.
Okay. You look around, and there are a couple of people in the restaurant, minding their own business. Kind of a couple pairs of people. And then a group of 4.
Pairs. Goody. Righto.
And as for the mundane order, it's probably something like a Big Mac. It's a
Nothing
McDonald's.
too fancy.
And, if you're at a McDonald's, you order a Big Mac. It's basically their specialty burger.
Mm-hmm.
Ray just picks something random off the board, and she's like, "I'll get that." Puts in the order.
That's not too big of a problem.
When they collect their meals, she makes her way over to take a seat close by one of the pairs,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just keeping an eye out for when the next lot leaves.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In this case, I would like you to make, as your hunting roll with assistance, a composure and subterfuge.
Composure, subterfuge.
And this will be considered a hunting roll. Either Noel or a Hooray can take it with assistance. You're muted,
I've
Gav.
got 1 dot in my subterfuge.
Composure subterfuge is plus with the +1 it's 4 dice, so
Oh, that's a 5 dice pool for me with a +1.
then it's all yours because you have a hope of succeeding. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Golden. Hooray! It's not hard when you pass by the the specific pair that you don't really smell anything wafting off of them as far as what they would taste like just yet. But you're fairly certain that you can get an opportunity on these, and so you take advantage of that opportunity. And when one of them, the male figure, sneaks off to the bathroom to go relieve themselves, you point it out to Noel so that Noel can go and have his fill on this person.
Off you go.
And
I'll look
Noel will
after your
go
food
in,
while you go piss.
he nods and we'd go to follow the guy into the bathroom. He's got to pee.
Ray takes a seat as if nothing odd's happening.
All right, then, Noel, I would like you. How much are you taking from him?
Just to 1.
Okay. And then let's roll a d10 to see if there's anything of substance there. No, he's bland. He's absolutely bland.
Yeah, but I mean it's not fractionated, so
Yeah,
that's a bonus at least.
it tastes fresh, but that's really all that you
Yeah.
get off of it. It's warm, it's
Well,
syrupy.
Considering that normally I don't get that. I don't get even that. That's fine.
It tastes like hot chocolate. But that's really all you get.
As I said, by comparison.
It's not ice cold. So, there's that.
And stay in there like 60 like another 60 seconds. Not long enough for the days to wear off, but long enough that it would seem like I can just walk in there and then come straight back out. So, maybe like I feigned like washing my hands or whatever.
Fair enough.
And
And you make your way back
Okay.
out without a peep.
work my way back out, sat down, and this turns out didn't need to pee.
Dang. Bladder's been tricking ya.
Happens sometimes.
She like shoves her food over to him. Get your fill.
And he just nod.
I'll eat up.
Oh, this
And then we gotta go meet up.
Yep. So I'm gonna eat some of this food. I said I did rouse for Blush of Life, so I've got
Mhm.
that at least. And like, I'm gonna be able to keep it down, but it's gonna taste like shit.
Ray takes absolute amusement out of the disgust
You weren't
of other
exactly one.
kindred eating food.
No, you weren't exactly one for McDonald's before you were embraced. It's even more disgusting now that you are.
But I'll eat it.
And the two of you finish your meals and make
And
your
up and
way
out.
out. Heading back towards the taco place.
How do you feel, Noel?
Thank you for putting me through that. That was a wonderful capstone to my wonderful night.
Yeah, but you're fed, right?
Hunger pangs are down a little more, yeah.
That was the bloody point. I can't have you and the others feeling hungry. Makes it harder when I start getting fucking hungry.
Yes, well, I mean, that is the last thing that you want.
Yeah, well, we don't need to all be going out of control, eh? But, things seemed a little bit tense with you and Maria. Or was I wrong?
No, you're not incorrect. Went to find out some info on our good friends, and turns out the lady that I talked to, who almost shot me in the face, was one of hers.
Ah, another case of, don't touch mine.
Unlike Faust, on the other hand, as soon as I noticed anything about the jig being up, I left.
Yeah, put yourself in Maria's shoes, though.
Oh, I understand.
Not
I
nice
understand
feeling.
why she's angry. I understand.
Yeah.
That's it's just tense, but it's not in a way that I find to be unreasonable.
Just
I just
watch your
let her.
step, eh?
All I told her is that I did nothing. It didn't work. I asked her for information. She told me to fuck off. I fucked off, and that was the entirety of the interaction.
So, like, how did you go about asking her for information? I gotta ask.
Door knock.
A door knock. When was
Yeah.
this?
A couple of hours ago now.
A couple of hours ago. Like, what time?
You would know that to be somewhere around midnight, 12:30.
It's like midnight, 12:30 ish.
No, who the fuck knocks on a door around midnight? You're lucky you didn't get your head blown off.
Yeah, well, if I had, it would have been my own fault. Now wouldn't it?
Don't
Look.
go knocking on people's doors and anywhere after fucking 10 o'clock.
You're kind of hard at the moment. That doesn't give a lot of wiggle room.
No, it doesn't. But that's why you go to public places and talk to people, not their private houses.
To be fair, I'm not really good at talking to people anyway.
Jesus, we're in trouble.
No, you want talking to people. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're really fucked.
right. Yeah.
No, I don't think you understand. No, we really on that score we really are fucked.
Oh, this is gonna be a
As
fun little
far
time
as
that we got together.
as far as actually thinking stuff goes, you want knowledge, you want plans, you want to know about people, you want to know about the other barons, anything like that. I've got the info. I've got you covered.
I'll turn to you for other kindred info, hey? How's about that?
I could do that.
I knock on people's doors after midnight because that's a smart thing to do.
Look, this night's look. This night's already been absolute shit. I don't need it from you two.
All right, here's what I'm gonna say. When you had a shit night, what do you do with it?
Well, I tried to make
No,
it better. I was
really.
like, to try and feed on through regular channels, but that didn't happen. What do I do with a shit night? Well, I call it a wash and I try again tomorrow, usually.
All right, that's
Haven't
one
had the
way of
chance
doing
to
it.
do that. Haven't had the chance to do
You know
that
what
yet.
I do with a shit night? I take what went shit, figure out why it went shit, and then fucking learn from it.
Well, I know exactly what and why.
Do you?
Yes.
All right. Well, then learn from it instead of sulking, sitting in your little pity party.
It's not a matter of sulking. I just want this night to be fucking over so that I can start the next one.
Yeah, you're sulking. You're sulking.
It's just like,
Get your ass in gear and fucking learn from it.
look, when you were talking about food, were you actually looking at talking about food?
Mm. Sorry,
You
what was that?
You mentioned food. Were you still thinking about food for yourself?
Nah, I'm not hungry. Although when I go hunting, I'll do it alone. More people makes things more problematic.
Oh, thank heavens for small mercies, I suppose. And let's get back to the other two.
Besides, you and the others don't need to be seeing that. I'm sure if
already-
Faust saw what I do, he'd have a fit.
Yes, he probably would, but I'm no stranger to murder.
No, I'm sure you're not. Not with those fancy daggers of yours.
I'm no stranger to murder. It's simply that if you would request my help, that I get recompensed for the work.
Ah. See, this is something we can see eye to eye on. You do this for money? Ever done this for money?
No. I know someone who does,
Oh.
but I have the skills.
So, you've never done it for money, but you know somebody that has.
I know someone who does.
You're gonna have to give me an introduction.
All
I
I
wanna
can
shake
tell you
hands.
all I can tell you is that the name that I know him by is Stanley. And he's a
Stanley.
consummate professional.
Well, you can add a second name to that list of professionals, you know.
Well, I suppose from what you've been saying, I'm not surprised. But I would point out that never mind actually.
No, say what's on your mind. I want to know what you're thinking.
I'd put it to you like this. He's what the lady I talked to earlier tonight meant to means to Maria, and what the good officer means to you, Stanley
Ah.
means to me.
Ah. Whew. That's a profession and a half to have one of those in. They're in constant danger. More so than a beat cop. God, that must have you anxious all the time.
No, not really.
Interesting. Right.
He know
Well, I'm sure
he
the others
knows.
are waiting.
He knows his work. He knows the risks. I know the risks.
Yeah, but knowing the risk and facing them head on, two different things.
I find it easier to accept things that I know.
Sure you do.
Inevitability sucks. It's a bit of medicine, but
I'm sure you do, but when it's staring you right in the face, it's a different thing altogether. I can tell you that from experience.
something more along the lines of a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
Ain't no sugar in this life, mate. It's all vinegar.
That just depends on where you look and what you consider sugar.
It's all vinegar. You just got to learn to enjoy that vinegar.
Right, well, let's meet up with Maria and Faust. I'm sure they
Let's go.
had plans of doing something. And we're gonna head back to the diner. See if Maria and Faust met back up there, or whatever it is they were doing.
The four of you eventually return to that restaurant. And here you are. It looks like it's getting ready to close up, actually, for the time being. Being how it's nearing 3 o'clock.
Well, how you guys going?
Met some of the locals.
Good
Pleasant
people?
folk. Oh, extremely pleasant. The best.
Of rare taste.
I take things didn't go particularly wonderful then.
I have no idea what it is that you might be in here alluding to, Ray.
Everything went swimmingly.
Fantastic.
How about
Ah.
your own?
We went and had dinner at Macca's. Good fun. Learn a little bit more about Noel here.
Hold on. Macca's.
Macca's.
McDonald's.
Macca's.
She's talking about McDonald's. I feel violated.
Oh, okay. All right. Colloquialism.
Right, I forgot you guys weren't used to the Australian slang.
Speaking
I've
of
never been there my entire life.
Speaking of which, Noel, your stomach is
but
starting to get
surely.
upset with you having eaten all that.
Yep.
But
you-
surely you've heard some of it.
If you just mind me a moment. Is there a dumpster nearby?
Yeah, round back.
Yeah, see you walk around back. It's like, one moment. He walks around the back of the diner and there's just the sounds of vomiting.
You're all aware that ends up coming up as whatever food and blood, right?
He's vomiting into the dumpster.
Either way.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all liquid. It'll settle to the bottom, so they won't really see it so much.
You're right, mate.
It'll
Had
be
a
a
bit too
couple of
much to
moments.
drink.
It'll be a moment before he comes back around the corner, wiping his mouth, getting rid of the last of it, and he just looks you dead in the eyes, Uhura. Get fucked.
Nah. Not tonight and not this week, I don't think.
Like, did you guys have any luck? Good.
Basic settling.
Cool.
I'd like to end up getting the project done by the end of the week. Yeah, and so it's just going to be flyers and word of mouth. Do what I can to end up passing it along, but
Yeah,
Sounds
So
like a plan to
it's-
me.
sounds good to me. My efforts came up a wash, but we've got time.
that's going to be interesting. A little bit of a reunion for you, no?
Ah.
Might I suggest end up
yay.
working on your apologies in triplicate.
Yep. Yep.
I was thinking might be an idea to invite Duncan.
That's the plan.
I was thinking the same thing.
Get her involved.
Yep.
Well, we're just gonna have to end up making sure everything goes all sunshine and rainbows with no near sunshine and very little chance of seeing rainbows. Though they are quite pretty at night. Sprinkler system, backyard lights. It's just about as close as you're gonna end up seeing. And
So
God, that's depressing.
try not to think about it.
How light refracts through water spray.
Here on the coast,
Mitch,
they
can
have
we
lunar
all
rain.
right?
Yeah, just peachy Ray. How about you?
Oh, I'm great.
I'm entertained.
Yeah, I bet you are. So if we're finished, shall we? Do you want to head home?
Kind of look around the diner.
Mhm.
Just trying to end up getting myself situated. That individual still, the waitress we ended up seeing, she's still around? Did say I'd be back.
Yep, she's around.
Yeah, she is. Pretty young thing. I end up looking into her. Try and end up offering a bit of a smile as she ends up coming by. Place a $5 bill for the coffee.
Back again, huh?
No. Yeah. I'm coming around for the sights and the coffee.
Come on, the coffee's not that great.
So the sights must be better.
She looks at you a little confused, kind of looking around the restaurant. Really?
She's really looking at the waitress.
I would like you to make me just a straight charisma roll.
Okay. Okay. Is it doubling up since it's just charisma, or?
No, single instance of charisma.
Alright.
Let's see how well you flirt.
Well, that would be subterfuge manipulation then.
Oh, would it? I was just going off of your winning personality because you're not exactly lying.
Charisma? Would it be charisma subterfuge then? Is that
That would be under charisma, persuasion. If you're trying, flirting is a specialty among.
Okay. Then roll it again for charisma persuasion.
Okay. Same result, but on the plus side, there's also the fact that there's the bloodbound.
Yep. Yep. She with that one success, she definitely looks around, then looks back at you, notices your eyes haven't gone to anything but her, and you could see a blush start to wash over her face.
I don't know, might drop by here from there time to time. You work the evenings more often, darling?
Yeah, part-time.
Part-time means you're busy elsewhere. What you doing?
Going to college.
What you studying?
I'm studying. I'm studying at the University of the Incarnate Word. I'm doing political science.
Ah, fascinating, fascinating. I'd love to end up hearing about it sometime if you can end up making some time.
Oh God, it's boring.
You're not.
I'm gonna go grab that coffee. And she runs into the kitchen to go get some coffee.
She turns back to the group before she returns. That's your in.
Smooth.
That's not smooth. She will end up doing whatever I end up telling her to. She might not know it, but she don't have much of a choice, none.
Interesting.
Well, this works all the same for us. Excellent.
So we'll have to put her in the ground. That's how these things work out, you know. But this is what you want.
We'll make the most of it until then. And hopefully make sure she has a excellent lifestyle.
You keep saying that. Kind of looks at the empty cup. There is the advantage of knowing the neighborhood diner is everybody's got to eat. Everybody's got to swing by. Everybody's got to end up doing it, and you know what? It's a heck of a lot less loud than a bar.
More people talk at diners.
More personal. Everybody's looking for a quick fix at a bar. At a diner, this is where you end up finding out about real people.
This is true. Well,
Nah. You want to see something real impressive? She leans back, waiting for the coffee to arrive.
And before too long, the waitress does arrive and pours a cup of coffee.
Thank you very much, sugar. I know this might be much of a knock, but given you're a college student and all, you interested in making a little bit of extra scratch on the side?
Doing what?
Oh, nothing much. Let me introduce you. These are my constituents. Yep. Mr. Buford, Miss Wilson, and Mr. Stoneford.
Constituents.
My name. Yeah. They like the business talk. But suffice it to say, we're currently working on a bit of a shindig. You know, bring your own meats, bring your own his six-pack, and end up relaxing along. That being said, the amount of people we might be bringing over might be a bit more than we can handle. A little bit of extra help, and I figure, well, you all know what, I'm just absolutely enraptured by the service founded here. I thought it might be worthwhile to end up here saying you might want to end up coming by and earn a little bit of extra here cash if that was something of interest to you. Public party out in the open, you don't have to worry none. And we end up providing drinks on shift as well as a meal. You just gotta end up here being your pretty little self and enjoy yourself. Maybe here spend some time on the grill if that kind of thing interests you. Or if the people interest you. I think it would be a shame to not have you.
Uh, I'd probably come anyway. So, well, yeah, sure, why not?
Fantastic. Well, since we're doing this as a business rather than a little bit of a side thing, my name's Maria.
Pleasure to meet you, Maria.
Faustus Buford. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Noel Stoneford, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you, babe. I'm Ray.
Wait, your accent. Where are you from?
Australia.
Deep,
Oh, hot shit.
the deep south.
Yeah,
You like it?
It's fun. I haven't met many Australians.
Yeah.
Oh, you can add me to your list.
We're gonna be meeting all kinds of people. She kind of gives her an opportunity to introduce herself formally to everyone at the table.
I'm Nicole.
And Nicole, that would be fantastic if you end up making it. I'm gonna be having a few flyers printed up. Just and maybe you want to end up putting one on the window for this establishment. It's literally meant for the entire neighborhood. Just kind of a meet and greet situation.
Right.
Ends up making everything nice and cozy.
I'd have to run that over. I'd have to run that by the owner.
Sure. You'll end up doing so, and you will end up making every endeavor to end up making sure it happens because you just strike me as such a go-getter.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll make sure it happens.
Fantastic. Thanks for the coffee, Nicole.
Is that everything then?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna be running out here pretty soon. You gotta close up shop, but
Right.
definitely end up considering it for a moment.
Yeah. If you need anything else, just wave me
We'll
down.
leave you on that.
And she makes her way back into the back of the house.
Preparation. Mr. Buford and myself ended up making the preparations here earlier in order to do a bit of local advertising and get the talking. So,
Working hard.
well, you said this is something you wanted to do. I thought it might be best to end up introducing you one who might be helping us out in that regard.
Alrighty.
You kind of just go ahead.
Well, it's all pretty fantastic. Already got a few connections going.
I did my best to stay connected.
You're excellent at it.
I have
Go ahead.
I was alright at it before. Now, I have certain, well, let's just say advantages.
On the flip side, I think I have an idea for who we can invite as guests, and additional hands if we happen to need any.
That'd be fantastic. So, what are you two bringing? Looks at Ahura and Noel.
I'll be your feet on the ground if you need me.
Come on, it's a BYOB.
I know, I guess I can organize some booze.
One Well was talking about.
Made any friends lately?
Been trying to, but not sure they're the kind of friends that you want in this sort of thing.
Well,
And definitely not as many as I'd like on my end, that's for sure.
My friends are the type that you don't see.
funny, I think I would use those same words to describe the three of you, but wait, here we are.
Yeah,
Part of the reason is
actually,
keeping up appearances.
wonder if Dion might be interested. Although he was saying he was trying to keep his head down low.
Well, thought it might be of interest. Nevertheless, she puts the 5 underneath the coffee cup, which hasn't been touched as of yet. I think it's about time we end up moseying on down.
And as the four of you are walking out of the establishment, Noel, I realize that you are still a very paranoid individual, so I would like you to make me a wits plus awareness, please.
Yep. Is the penalty in application here?
No.
I'm gonna spend a willpower. Oh! Right, walk from 1 success straight into 5 successes and a messy crit. That's just how this night has to end. Just how it has to end.
You're the one who
Perfect.
decided to end up rolling it. You knew full well when you ended up seeing that one hunger die.
You knew full well. And it's as if your eyes instantly gravitate towards a specific individual that you see. Because you see a pair standing down the road. You definitely know one individual. You've seen her before. But she's standing with another man. She's standing with someone who actually looks like he's dressed pretty smart. And your mind starts churning. Your fangs start to show subconsciously.
Oh, is this my
This is Amanda O'Leary, the person who's been hunting you down.
Nolan's gonna look to the three, and especially to Uhuru. He's just like, hey, Ray, you know how I said that I was trying to lay low?
Yeah, what's up?
Don't look now, but here's why. And he uses a gesture with his eyes to point to where Amanda O'Leary is down the road.
Ray kind of peers down in that direction.
She doesn't seem to notice anyone. She seems to be really engrossed in the conversation that she's having with the individual that she's talking to. They're kind of on the corner of the road.
What's the what's the person that she's talking to look like?
I'd like to know that too, actually.
And did Noel, you pointed this out to everyone?
Yep.
With a specific individual, Faust.
Oh.
Really? It's a whole coordination then.
Any chance I could use Sense the Beast on them?
They might be a little far. They're a couple of blocks off, but you can definitely see them.
Any chance I can get a little closer without being spotted?
If you wanna head in that direction, that will be either a dexterity or composure stealth. They don't seem to have noticed any of you, though.
I'm gonna take a little bit of a walk. Hey, Jack, you might want to keep your head down. And as she says that, she nods to Noel.
Yeah, I'm gonna duck into a place where I can't be seen.
Composure stealth, you said?
Yep. Noel, I would like the same from you, actually.
Composure stealth?
Yep.
Oh.
Faust.
Gonna rouse for a
Yes,
blood
Miss Higgs.
search. Get a counter, it's fine.
Wasn't that's the individual who was looking for fun by the other gent.
I see. Well then. It's good to know. That would happen to be the individual who I've seen about. I have this suspicion that maybe there's some sort of coordination occurring.
Just second verse, same as the first.
So,
no.
Oh, hooray. Regardless of how stealthy you intended to be, Noel seems to make a bit of noise as he's going back, towards the dumpster again, and the eyes of both individuals start looking in the direction of all of you.
Ray is just gonna keep walking as if nothing's wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm ducking like way out of sight.
She almost seems to roll her eyes and she's like, fucking raccoons.
should we just go introduce ourselves, Miss Higgs? I mean, considering if we're going to be sending out invitations to the neighborhood, and they're here.
Might be an idea. Friends close and enemies closer. That's what he is. But what's got the other two all riled up? Is that old red right there?
She's pretty.
Maybe.
So, Ahura's ahead of all of you, walking in the direction of these two, kind of keeping it cool.
Yep, and I've darted. I'm hiding somewhere. Probably behind the dumpster.
You absolutely do not feel safe here.
No! No, I'm running away!
Yep. Nope, you absolutely feel that urge again, even if it's died down maybe a little, that it starts
No, I bolted.
piping back up.
I bolted.
Yep, you're out.
Yep.
You
I'm
ran.
out.
You
You're on your
ran.
own. Sorry.
I decide to take pace with a hurry. But more so, make sure that those two know that we see them, and if they happen to call us over, not politely approach.
Ah, you gonna join me on my walk?
Oh, absolutely. We have neighbors to
Figure I need
introduce.
to work off that. Figure I need to work off that, Macca's. Shit'll go straight to me ass.
Is that how this works?
Yeah, apparently.
I had no clue. I've kind of been scrawny my entire life, so I can't quite relate.
When I get close enough, I would like to sense the beast.
All right. Maria, are you joining them?
I'm following along with Faust. Can't let them go on their own.
So the three of you start walking towards these individuals. The man in the suit seems to straighten his suit a little bit, and the woman stands a little taller. And they both kind of furrow their eyebrows at the three of you.
I'm gonna activate awe, and I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna wave politely, and then I'm gonna take out a set of cigarettes from my pocket. Start tapping them.
Ray just acts like they're just another pair of people on the street.
You see the man in the suit say, "Can I help you?"
Huh?
Because he notices your
evening.
intent.
Evening.
Good evening.
I'm just walking. Nice to meet you, though.
The woman says, "Pleasure to meet ya."
Pleasure. I look to the man. You seem familiar. I can't quite place it. Where have I seen you before?
I know where I've seen you before.
Oh, yeah.
Forbes magazine.
Whew.
Faustus
Mutation
Beaufort.
proceeds. Well, what can I say? Yeah. Interesting little neighborhood out here.
Alright, you don't sense a thing off of them. In
No.
fact, it disturbs you that you can't sense anything off of them because you're convinced. You're convinced that these people are kindred and you just can't read it. Who are they? Why does he know Faust? You are also suffering from paranoia.
Okay. Playing it cool. Yeah, it's really lovely neighborhood. Honestly.
It is.
Kind of.
Actually, I'm surprised, given the fact that we see a lovely couple right here. I haven't seen you in the neighborhood. I thought maybe you just moved in. Did you two here move in recently?
The man in the suit says, fairly recently, actually.
It's so good to end up here near here. We're actually in a little bit of a shindig, kind of a meet the neighbors situation. Is we just ended up having we ended up picking up a home not too long ago to end up going in. I've been in the neighborhood a little while, but I figured it would be good to end up here to know and invite the neighbors along. So if you just moved in, I mean, ain't that just helpful?
Yes,
I'm
of certain
sorry,
it is.
allow me to introduce myself. You already know Mr. Beaufort. My name's Maria. Uh, here is Ray. And your
Nice to
name's?
meet you.
Sebastian Moore, and he reaches out a hand for a handshake.
I'm gonna hit Blush of Life. And I will proceed to take his hand in a very friendly and in a friendly manner as I end up shaking it. It's a pleasure to end up meeting you, Sebastian.
Pleasure to meet you as well, Maria.
And the lovely lady at your side, Miss Moore.
Hardly. My name's Amanda. Amanda O'Leary.
Oh, Leary. Oh, okay. So you're still near waiting to tie the knot.
Gods forbid.
What's that accent, eh? Is that Irish?
I'm from Ireland, yeah.
Yeah. I'm Aussie myself.
Couldn't.
Interesting to hear another accent in around this area. It's all
Ain't
Americans here.
Ain't this just a little bit of a cultural melting pot? Now, I'm sorry, I presumed, given a lovely lady and a gent walking down the street, that seemed to be very friendly and just walking rather than jumping into a car, and I thought you living nearby. So, thought I'd be neighborly. My apologies for assuming that you two were wed. Plus side, Ray, it means you end up having a chance at Mr. Moore like you wanted.
Sebastian's eyes
What?
fall on you, Ray.
She thinks you're cute, and we kind of end up serving as a wingman to come see you.
Maria, you're
sorry.
not supposed to. You're not supposed to outright tell them.
She gets easily flustered, as you can see.
I go
Right.
ahead and blush of life as well. Put that on hand. I'm happy to know that you'll be out and about in this area. You know me, Bosses Buford.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Mr. Buford, and he takes your hand and gives it a shake.
Fantastic. I forgot to rouse for blush of life. I just stated that it was there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do that really quick.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
You
Boink.
did state you were using it, so good.
All right. I've been doing a little bit of scouting in the area, seeing about some real estate and financial advisory that I can now provide. See if there's some way that I can revitalize the neighborhood. So I decided to work with Miss Higgs here, who is an excellent community organizer.
Fantastic.
Unfortunately, I don't have a card on me. Sebastian, we wouldn't happen to have one I can get a hold of you. And since you're not actually married to Amanda here, that I'm going to presume, Amanda, you're on your own in that regard. So you two just both moved into the neighborhood separately.
Amanda just kind of nods,
Wow.
and Sebastian takes out a card from a pocket inside his jacket,
Fantastic.
and you see that it reads FBI.
Oh, wow. Should I be referring you to as agent?
Preferably.
Agent Moore, it is a pleasure. Thank you very much for your service. I feel like I end up owing you a drink already.
That's quite alright. I'm about ready to turn in for the night anyway.
And you work late frequently?
Often.
Unfortunately, my line of business often means I gotta keep late nights myself and then be up incredibly early. Ugh. But think maybe sometimes this little shindig is more for me being able to end up unwinding with everybody else without having to worry about it. But you know how it is.
Yes, of course. Now, if
Amanda, would I be able to get your? I'm sorry. Do you have a pen?
if you want to get a hold of me, you just get in touch with Sebastian here.
So you two are?
Business
Sorry, I mean
partners.
business partners. Hmm. You bringing business into the community? That is fantastic.
Well, we
I'm
need more of that for sure.
Yeah. If anything, I would end up saying that unexpected, but maybe Mr. Beaufort might be able to end up assisting you in such things. I've never been much for finance myself, but that's why I got good friends in the neighborhood.
Yes, and
That-
we'll look
And I
forward
think
to
we
this
all
shindig then.
fantastic.
But for now, if you'll excuse us, we have business to get back to. Miss Higgs?
Of course, Maria, your neighbors. You don't need to end up. I've called you Agent more out of respect, but we're friends.
Very well. If
And here you go, Mr. Moore. If you ever do need to find in yourself some sort of financial advisory, though, you know how to contact me. And Faustus also hands his own card.
he kind of gives you a little bit of a cheers with it and sticks it in a pocket.
Don't be a stranger. We've seemed to have passed each other a couple times in Dallas. Coincidentally.
Remind me again where I've met you in Dallas.
At this point, gentlemen, are we gonna end up being here? Because right now, I can already tell that Amanda already ends up might being a little bit flustered with the Houris wanting to be forward, and now you're wanting to end up here chit chatting on where you met. But you want to find out more? You just end up coming to barbecue, but you said you're running late.
Yes, there's places to be.
Oh.
You have a good
hopefully
night.
We'll see you both there.
Take care.
Night.
She gives a little bit of a wave, like bye. Looks like something out of the almost stereotype of white picket fence family neighbor.
Ray just looks like she wants to get the fuck out of there.
And the both of them start walking towards a vehicle.
And as they end up doing so, I end up turning to hear Ray just loud enough for them to end up hearing. See, now there was nothing to be embarrassed about. He ain't taken. Did you get the license plate?
She kind of glances back and she's like, she looks back to see, can they actually see their vehicle?
You see that the vehicle's in one of the parking lots, kind of perpendicular to you guys.
Can I see the license plate from here?
No, it's a bad angle.
She just shakes her head and says, Maria, well, that was really unnecessary. Pretty sure they're kindred.
Maybe. But at this given exact moment, they are currently in our domain, which means one way or another we're going to have to meet them.
Yeah.
And was Mr. Moore's hand cold?
Not from what you could tell.
So if they are kindred, they aren't where we are either.
Alright, well, let's head back to the vehicles.
Fantastic.
You also remember that Amanda
See
didn't
if that
shake any of your
raccoon's still
hands.
there.
Sorry, what was that, CoffeeCat?
Amanda didn't shake any of your hands, and Moore didn't shake a Horae's hand at all.
No, No, he didn't, but then again, it was never offered, and after all, Ray's bashful right now.
Hopefully, I give him enough of a little treat there that I'll want to have a drink with me.
So I'd be keeping an eye on this from my hiding spot. Are they gone? Like, are they gone? Like, if I walk out, I'm not just gonna get blindsided.
You don't see them. If you poke your head around, you don't see them anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke my head back out and look around. And then take out a breath, straighten up, and walk out of the alley.
Need to check on that raccoon. I'm pretty sure it sounded like it hurt.
Hmm.
How you doing, little raccoon?
Are they gone?
For a bit.
Let go.
Good, let's get out of here. Like, now.
I think you've got an explanation.
I'll give you an explanation. I'll give you an explanation happily. When
Not
we get
here.
out of here.
Yeah.
And so
And, I'm gonna jump into one of the two. So probably somewhere where I could like lie down and be invisible from
you lay down in the back seat of one of the vehicles, and everyone is driving back to the Coterie Haven then?
Yeah.
Correct.
And so, here you are, you arrive. Just as you left it.
Fantastic.
'Cause that's
Can
not
I get-
concerning at all.
If I might make the request, can we have a 15-minute interlude
Yes, we can
to
take...
reorganize ourselves?
Yes, we can take a quick break. Be right back, everyone. Don't go anywhere, there's more to come. Welcome back, everyone, to San Antonio by Night Aftermath, Episode 5. The Coterie, the Iconoclasts, have gathered themselves together for the potentially last conversation that they will have with each other for the night before turning into their either various havens or to their rooms in this shared place. But Noel and Ahura are both feeling very anxious, very paranoid, very on edge about the whole thing. Nothing about that interaction went right. Nothing about that felt right. Ahura. And the fact that Amanda was there, Noel, that's just got the hairs on the back of your head standing on end. Metaphorically, because it doesn't happen anymore. Physically. But something needs to... You also feel that you need to destroy something. It's important that they understand the dangers that Amanda brings. But the four of you reconvene. All of you arrive
So-
fairly similar to same time frames, so
I imagine
So-
we're back in the kitchen or dining room, probably.
Hmm. Hey, Maria, did you, do a quick check over your car before you drove back?
I don't think I caught your meaning.
He's an FBI agent, right?
Quite frankly, I wouldn't even call him the major worry.
Ah. It's that other one that worries you, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And they're working together. Business partners, they said.
Nothing good comes of that.
Friends in high places. That's what we have, Mr. Stoneford.
Did you park a little ways away from the house, Maria?
Nah, I left my truck right outside as usual.
Okay.
You're starting to
Ah.
worry me a little.
I'm just sus, that's all.
She's right to be. Amanda O'Leary is an exceptionally dangerous individual.
Okay, can you fill me in? Because right now you got me entirely lost on this conversation. We got one
Yeah,
person
sure.
about, that this woman's a threat, and now you're talking about this as a threat, and it's, well, what isn't at this point? I mean, let's be here completely honest with ourselves. We are currently here dealing with a bunch of cannibals sitting at this table.
You'd like to live to see the next night, right?
Don't think I catch well to your threats, Ray.
Ah, I'm not threatening you. There are certain kindred and certain people out here that would love to take our heads off, right? If I'm understanding Noel's drift correctly, this O'Leary is one of
such
those.
individual. She wants my
We
head on
also-
a pike, and by extension, all of you.
What the hell you do?
That's what I'd like to know.
It's an interesting story, actually. Tell me, do any of you three know about the Hand of Vengeance?
No.
Do I? I'm gonna roll.
Intelligence and occult.
This is gonna be depressing. I don't have any occult. So it's just straight intelligence, baby. I have politics.
No, this is specifically kindred only related.
Boink.
About as good as she could have asked for.
Yeah.
It's a name. You know, it's a title. You know, it's
Oh.
a Camarilla title? Question mark. Some bigwig. You know that much for sure. But who exactly that is, what their name is, what that means, it's a stretch. You're not sure.
So, something important. Mr. Stoneford, if you could please enlighten us.
The Hand of Vengeance is a title that belongs to one Fatima al-Fakadi, a fellow member of my clan, and just so happens to be one of the world's foremost assassins. Surviving an encounter with her is a rare thing. I just so happened to be a target for her at one point. I happened to avoid dying by her hand of her and her extended web of agents at one point. However, in my avoidance of that, there was some collateral damage. Amanda O'Leary is vengeance for that collateral damage. Given the collateral, she wants my head on a pike. And now, by extension, considering the fact that she's working with, well, it seems like some of you know of that suited man that was with her. I didn't recognize him. by extension, it seems like all of you as well.
Alright, next question. Kindred or no?
Fatima is kindred, but you won't see her. Amanda is not.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
It doesn't
Or
sound
at least
right. It doesn't sound right at all.
she shouldn't be. She's a mortal enemy, not an adversary. So I'm 90% sure she's mortal. I haven't seen anything from her to indicate that she's kindred. So if she is, she's hiding it better than we would be able to detect, and is therefore way above our pay grade. And in which case, well,
Could have sworn.
Fascinating. And the other one was Agent Sebastian Moore. It's an individual I'd happened to be seeing around prowling Dallas back when I was there. No, he's here.
agent.
FBI.
Oh, fuck.
Can we avoid the snark for exactly 12 seconds to allow Mr. Beautiful to end up here continuing on explaining his part of this situation?
Oh, I wish this was Narc, Maria. No, I'm frightened out of my goddamn mind. That's the FBI.
Oh. They don't have to be too much more trouble than we make them to be. No. He's, back in Dallas, I only realistically started to see him after a fun little debacle regarding a casino out that way. I exposed it for some unsolicited funds and found myself successfully acquiring rewards from that. Ultimately getting me where that fame is. Everyone knows my name. A few people know my name.
Alright.
And apparently he does as well. And apparently it appears that he's been tailing.
Can you let me end up getting to worrying about that?
You've
As
done,
the-
done everything I could have asked for. This is... Go ahead. Sorry.
No, quite alright. My apologies for interrupting you. But from what I'm hearing, it's a case of get what you can, make him disappear, and move off, I don't know, send him out overseas, and call it a night.
Precisely.
That works for him.
Right now, go on.
I checked my vehicle on the way back. Might be an idea to check yours as well, just in case.
Alright, I don't know what I'm gonna find. Pretty sure nothing.
Hopefully nothing.
Yes, because random individuals you met on the street are the perfect people you're gonna end up putting a trace on immediately. Especially
Well,
after you...
they're not random individuals that we met on the street. We've got two people that know both of them. Well, one of each.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I might just be paranoid, but that sounds a little bit more than a coincidence to me.
Mr. A,
What? Go on.
you seem to know an awful lot about detecting these sorts of things.
Yeah.
If it's something you're truly concerned about, then I would just advise assisting Miss Higgs in discerning how to detect those things as well. Bugs, devices, etc.
Yeah, I can do that.
Ray, it's all too convenient. It's all too convenient. This could be some kind of ploy from Australia. Brisbane. Brisbane might be after you.
Just the whole fucking tower might be after me. Wouldn't surprise me. Right. This is uncomfortable. But, yeah. So what else do we need to do?
Well, flies would be a start. Finding beer and individuals who can cook. End up finding somebody with, well, finding some grills might end up helping out, and hopefully a lot of paper plates. It's not exactly complicated. The big thing is to end up remembering the aim, which is just know who's worth keeping, who does what, and figure out exactly what it is that they're involved in.
Yeah.
Give you an opportunity to end up getting an eye out, and it is pretty hard for a investigation or an assassination when you got an entire neighborhood currently watching you like a hawk. So you just need to end up figuring out how to end up doing that. I think that about sums it up now, don't it?
Yeah.
Low-tech solutions to high-tech problems.
I don't know nothing about tech. I do end up knowing right now that at this current point in time, I know where they like to eat.
Very true. Now, if this conversation is done with, I think I'd like to retire for the night. It's been a wash, and I'd rather like to forget it in lieu of starting a better day tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, you still need to hurt something. Someone.
I'm expecting one of them will follow me, and if they do, woe be upon them. And Noel, without another word, would get up and head upstairs to his room.
Well, he seems to be having an exciting night.
The displeasure is palpable as he leaves.
Something I said?
No, I don't think so. I think he's just a little worried, and I don't blame him.
I don't either, but at this point I didn't get by if I were, and then you all ended up telling me to stick my head out.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go check over your car. If you want to come join me, Maria.
That's about when you hear a knock on the door.
I'll go get it. She kind of pats her hip, and something slithers out from the corner.
Ray actually follows through, kind of leaning against the wall a little bit back
Hey,
from the
Diamond.
doorway.
She just kind of points behind the door out of sight. Starts walking up to the door. Opens it up.
Oh, hey. I was hoping you guys would be in. And and you see that it's Samantha and Felix.
Sammy! So good to end up seeing you again. Felix. I know it's
Maria?
weird. Want you two end up joining in. We were just having a little bit of a chat. Gonna-
Did I come at a bad time?
When is it ever a good time?
That's a good point.
She kind of reaches behind the door and picks up this large diamondback rattlesnake.
Oh, you see that Samantha kind of just backs away from it a little bit. Oh, who's your friend?
Oh, that's Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Diamonds girl's best friend, after all.
Right.
No, no biting. No biting. Kind of boops it.
Never did like snakes.
Seemed appropriate. Won't you end up coming in? Please have a seat at the table.
And Samantha and Felix come in the door. And
Hey, Sam. Hey, Felix.
hi, Ray. And Felix
you
just
doing?
kind of just nods at you. Doing okay. Marjani's calling for rent.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Once she
What's
look,
she looking for?
what you guys been up to? What you guys been finding out? Mostly.
Currently. She kind of turns to Nev, Mr. Beaufort.
Ooh. Let me see here. In terms of what we have been doing, well, we've discovered that there seems to be a bit of a small organization of underground drug organization that's been going around. Small one though, as far as I'm aware.
Fair enough.
Seems to be mostly small time dealing, typical of large cities, weed and whatnot. What else have we decided? Oh yes, a barbecue.
Barbecue.
That's correct. A small shindig. Just to get introduced to the town. The neighborhood.
That's interesting.
It's a little festivity.
So what's this all on rant?
Marjani definitely wants to know what's going on around here as far as what you've been doing to improve.
She could have asked me that when I was there earlier tonight. She wasn't too pleased that I showed up.
No, she didn't like that really at all.
I was just having a drink. Wasn't a threat to her.
No, it was.
Was it? Guess I'm
Yes.
still learning the rules.
Learning her rules.
Yeah.
She has her things. She doesn't like people touching them. And she's not exactly a people person. It's what she embraced me for. But we all know how that went.
Do enlighten us on what constitutes as her things, other than the bar and the domain.
The drug trade.
Ah.
That's hers.
Understood.
I was wondering when that penny would drop.
So she took quite a hit recently.
Yeah. Yeah, the quality meth production took a hit.
Yeah, that's the Ramirez.
Or you found out who?
Yeah.
We were instructed to end up knowing our domain. What do you think we've been doing?
That's impressive. She was kind of waiting
We
to see
also
who.
know there's a lot of, we also know there's been a lot of cop activity in the area. Like, a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. As a result.
We were
So I
thinking.
suppose she's
Go ahead. Miss
No.
Wilson.
after you.
She wants to understand rent.
Well, rent is information in this case.
And the information is that if she requires any from the police coordinates, I can supply some.
I'll let her know.
Great.
Is that it?
You were going to say something.
I was gonna say, she's not gonna mind if we stick our fingers in the cop's pie, is she?
As long as it doesn't interfere too
Might
much, I
pull
don't see why
something off
not.
of her back. Yeah. And
So long as you
I
don't
put my
interfere with
name in
her.
with some of the lower ranking ones. So if she needs some work done, she can feel free to call on me. Might as well put my name right up the chain then.
Good. Good, good. Felix kind of pipes up. Is there anything the three of you need? Where's Mr. Stoneford?
He's taking a break upstairs. He's had a rough night.
Right.
Very rough night.
Does that get the formalities out of the way?
Well, if there's anything that you need, within my scope.
Propane, here beer, hot liquor, here a bunch of dogs, bunch of steaks, A1 sauce, here ketchup, buns, and assistance with some flyers.
Flyers I can do.
Barbecue.
The grocery store's just down the road if you got the cash.
You just asked. I gave the list.
Yeah, I'll go get groceries. You got cash for it?
I'll pitch in some money and pull out $10.
Thanks.
Looks at
I'm now your favor employee.
Oh, not yet.
working with nothing more than hair scratch and the wood chips that were pulling off the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, Sam.
Yeah, that's kind of how everybody starts.
Yeah, well, I got something else in mind. We'll work on it.
I hope so.
You too. How you been doing otherwise now that the formalities have been laid aside?
Been doing okay. She's kind of breathing down my neck again. But what can you do?
What she got on you this time?
What doesn't she have on me? Let's be honest here.
Looks.
No, I think she's got that in the bag too.
Don't sell yourself short. How about you, Felix? Things been treading water?
Busy. Yeah. Just
Running errands
busy.
back and forth.
Sorry, what?
Running errands back and forth.
Wouldn't you know it?
everyone in between.
She's not all that bad, though.
Well, how about Sam and Felix end up jumping in on this when you end up getting the opportunity? Very least you can enjoy company, a laugh, and watching a bunch of people act like Dickenses as they end up getting too much liquor in them.
I mean, that's always fun.
So, that being said, thought we'd try and end up making everything end up working out. Who knows?
Well,
Small thing.
kind of start so far. She'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah, well. I'm keeping my ear to the tracks. If I hear anything, I'm sure you'll be the first to know.
Awesome.
Kind of looks back to Hure and Faust, wondering if they have anything else they want to pitch in. As there has been a few things that have been so far kept relatively quiet. She's not sure if it's her place to say.
Suppose. I guess the one question with the Ramirez family.
Yeah, what about him?
We understood there was a rumor that someone busted them internally. I'm a little curious.
Like a snitch?
Supposedly.
That's what we've heard.
Yeah, they were pretty well off. I mean, the place that got busted up wasn't exactly a huge operation, but
Apparently they had some pure stuff coming out.
not out of that location, but others that they supervise, and if they're busted, they're not producing.
Did you know James, by chance?
Personally?
Anything about him?
Should I?
I was just wondering if you did.
Can't say that I do. My primary focus has been on China Grove. I know
Right.
the basics, but that's about the entire section of the city in general. Specific individuals, I know people where I live.
Yeah. Do you know many of the people that are involved in that sort of crap? Well, not really.
The drug thing's never been my scene.
Nah.
No, I'm more of a people person. You know, like
Okay.
middle class kind of people. Which are kind of hard to come by where I live, but you know, you deal the hand you're dealt.
Interesting.
Hmm. Well,
I feel like this conversation really isn't about me, so I'm gonna go get those groceries for you. And Felix kind of makes his way out the door.
we appreciate you, Felix.
Yeah. Kind of waves it off and shuts the door.
Well, until I end up getting my 12 to 5 sorted out. Kind of ends up putting her hand down on the table as she sits and lets old Diamond just kind of coil around the arm and sit in Mama's lap. Any news from the greater world of the living and dead?
Jeez. What is there to tell?
Don't know. Right now, I know that Marjani is currently upset about losing one of her favorite takes. I can understand why.
Yeah, and if she's upset, then it means the people she answers to are upset, and then it just kind of goes up the chain.
So what do they actually want?
They want it fixed.
They want it fixed because it was giving them something. What is it that they want?
Information and money, I think.
Guy looks to Mr. Beaufort. If that's everything they need, I think we can handle that on your front.
Absolutely.
And I think it was also a piece of influence in the scene itself. If Marjani had her hands in the Ramirez family and they got busted, and the whole criminal underworld is kind of up in arms that they got busted, you know, people.
Some people keeping low too.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
I don't know. Yeah, Jorge, you think you got the gumption to end up taking that one?
Maybe.
Well, a nice part about that trade, when people go missing,
Somebody's got to fill the void.
fair. So why not recruit local talent? I think that ends up keeping everybody nice, neat, and happy, doesn't it?
I would imagine so.
Just as a making sure. If I started helping out in that region, that wouldn't upset Marjani, would it?
So long as she's still getting her take, I don't know that she'd care.
Right.
You're
I'll keep
paying
that in
rent
mind.
after all. So if you come up with something else that you can pay for rent, then I'm sure she'd be happy.
How much would tell? Kind of looks to Faust like,
Information
you
really
know
only goes so
better than I do. Save me!
information only goes so far. It's helpful, but she's
looking for blood, she's looking for money, she's looking for resources.
Yeah.
Anything that'll back her up.
pretty much.
Which is what the drug trade gave her. So much for I run a legitimate business.
You got reoccurring clients, no matter how tainted the blood is. There's inevitably a few good pieces in there. Golden ones.
That's the point.
I mean, if tainted's the word you want to use for it.
If I can, I'll have a talk to a couple of my contacts, see if they can't get me in contact with a couple of other people further up the chain. See if I can't cover some shit. Because if what she needs is her influence back in that industry, maybe I can help.
As for information and influence, any general field I can cover for the most part. Maria, Miss Higgs, probably better so. More subtly so. I think information might be your strong point, Miss Higgs. You're great at networking.
Well, I'll do what I can for do what I can. Kind of stops that thought.
As for what I can do in this situation, I can cover influences in multiple fields. Get some outreach in them.
Like what?
As I said, started with the police force.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
It's a tricky road.
Sure, you'll manage. It is, after all, what the Blue Bloods do in it.
That and more. And finances, I'll also cover up on that. Easy. I've been making some bold statements about reinvigorating the neighborhood, businesses and whatnot. Might take some time to work on it, but
Careful about making promises you can't keep.
you know, I've had a lot of people say that before.
More people means more custom, right?
Sorry, what?
More people means more custom.
Correct?
Reinvigorating the neighborhood might be in the best interest, especially since it brings in new blood.
Well, we'll see how that goes, I guess.
Yeah.
At least that's something. I can let her know what your plans are going forward then.
Please do.
If you would, too. We ran into an FBI agent tonight, too, so it might be a little bit
I'm sorry, what?
problematic. We ran into an FBI agent.
FBI.
Yeah. So, might be an idea to keep an eye on that.
Seems that the
Who?
Ramirez family drew in a little more attention than necessary.
Do you have a name?
More.
Or... More.
Agent Sebastian Moore.
Did he say where
He's
he's
due to
from?
attend the party.
Is he from here? From San Antonio?
Say he just moved into the neighborhood.
From where?
Didn't get that information. Probably just not to end up asking 20 questions on first meet.
Shit. Oh, Leslie was scared of that.
Scared of what?
FBI.
Yeah, what about it?
She came out of Dallas. Was
Okay.
fairly certain that someone was after her.
Alright. Sounds like something she can use.
Yeah, I'll let her
Sounds
know.
like something we can all use. Make sure you pass it up to Marjani as well.
Right.
Because she might be interested in that.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. I think. FBI. I didn't think the FBI agents were actually coming anywhere close to this section of the city. God fucking damn it.
It only makes sense.
They're touching on other parts of the city?
Well, they've all been, you know, just wandering. You know, not really focusing in on anything. That there's not really a base of operations here for the FBI. There's just a few agents.
Yeah, but they're wandering about the city and there's no base for them. What are they sniffing around for?
Like I said, maybe they're looking for Leslie? I don't know.
If there's more than one, I can guarantee there's a base. Like ants.
Okay. Okay. I think I need to go then.
Stay
Right.
safe, yeah?
Yeah, this is... Nope. Don't wish that on me.
Well, stay safe.
I'm never safe.
Nobody ever is. But we can hope.
No, you don't get it. You're kindred. I'm not. You're safe. You're safer than me, and you're sus.
Right.
It's always good seeing you, Miss Sam. Do you prefer Sam or Miss Jefferson?
It doesn't frankly matter.
It matters to me.
Anybody comes, you let me know.
Appreciate it, Maria.
All you want.
I'll talk to Leslie. She's over at Ava's place. I'll just have to figure out... See if I can call her or something. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Sleep well. And she starts going for the door. And opens it. And leaves.
That was interesting.
So more than one agent. Well, we knew that much.
Yeah, all over the city by the sounds of it. What are they looking for?
Well, we might get closer to the answer when we all have a sit down. You'd be amazed what you can end up learning after somebody's had more than a few.
Yeah. I don't like this. Just gonna throw that out there. I do not like this. Right. You can't. I'm gonna do a quick check over and make sure there's nothing on it.
And thus, that concludes the night. Oh, hooray, Maria, you don't find anything on the truck. But oh, hooray, that does not settle your stomach. You're still worried. You're still worried that perhaps what Samantha said, what she was looking like, everything about her, all of this smells like a trap. What's truly going on here? You don't know enough. And after each of you has settled in for the day sleep at your respective havens or at the coterie house, you awake to a new night. But I suppose we'll leave that for next time. And that is the end of episode 5 of San Antonio by Night Aftermath. Yay!
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 There's cat kisses.
Kitty.
Kitty.
No,
No, you're going to wake still needing to hurt something. So you're still going to be under
Yep.
that compulsion.
Yep, but the paranoia's gone, and that's what matters.
Yep.
Although you should be glad that none of you went up to speak to him.
I considered it. Because I like pushing boundaries, apparently.
He would have put you in torpor.
Probably. Whee.
You still have a desire to do that to somebody.
He'll get his chance. He just needs to explain that to someone.
I really need to fucking hurt something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
It was either gonna be that, or he was gonna drive one of you mad via hunger and grief.
I hope you had fun. Did everybody have fun?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I see the specter of death hanging above Noel. Because that paranoia compulsion is led into a harm compulsion, then who he harms is gonna lead into something else, and so on and so forth until he dies.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's how these things usually start.
yeah. No, like, I'm not gonna try and kill him. But it means I'm not gonna try and do anything stupid, but I can see the ball rolling, and I can see where it's going to end.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's my
It's all the
fucking
dice.
dice. It's the dice. It's literally the fault of the dice, and not a lot else. I mean, there are some things I could have played better, but
I love you all. So,
All the love.
with all of that said, did anybody fulfill desires today?
yes,
No.
Nope.
yes, I did. One thing I did.
Yes.
My desire was to get the fuck out of there, and I did. More than once, actually.
When we sleep at night, we recover willpower, right?
Yes, you do. Equal to either your composure or resolve.
Whichever's higher.
Superficial. You can
I have
only
not
do
been doing that at
superficial.
all. Superficial?
Yep.
Composure or resolve, whichever's higher. I have not been doing that at all. I've just been going on and on in every game, not recovering superficial willpower ever.
The way that I run my game actually is once you have your day rest is when you recover it. So if you have the day rest in the middle of a game, then you will recover willpower then. But if you've been running off the same willpower, it's the same pool for every day, unless you fulfill desire.
Okay.
That's how I run it. Because you've had time in the day sleep to kind of recover, as it were. And
Aggravated is the non-recovered,
yeah. And so,
the non-recovered damage that you've taken. But makes it a little grittier than regular rules, because regular rules per session you'll regain higher of composure or resolve in superficial, and then you'll heal a superficial for desire.
but I rule it instead of per session, it's per night, per rest, for day
Yeah.
sleep. So, but that's how I do it. That's not every GM's.
Accidentally been under the philosophy and belief that you only recover one superficial willpower per day rest.
Nope.
Just one.
That's if you're playing like super gritty, yeah.
That's if you hate your players.
Thankfully, I don't hate my players. I love them very much.
That's if you want your every member of the troop frenzying at least once a session, if not multiple.
Nope. Nope. You already have enough dangers as it is. I don't need to be piling that on you.
Yep.
We don't have any stains to dish out, I don't think.
No.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Nope.
I know I said I had things I wanted to ask Felix, but realistically, we just covered all of that with Samantha, so.
Yep.
That,
Even though she's not,
there, you got your info.
even though she's not really your coterie Mala, she's invested in Maria, so she's gonna check in on you guys anyway.
I'm gonna have to get in contact with my contacts.
I think I am too.
I have to try my best not to murder people.
I don't know. I need money. That's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Ray is like, somebody fucking hire me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, we're gonna move on to experience. Everybody gets 1 for showing up. Thank you for coming.
Yay! Yay, experience!
But the other experience are voted on you, voted by you, the players, to the other players, for best scene, best line, and who moved the plot the furthest. But the 4th goes out to our audience to determine. So I'm going to be setting up the poll right now for about 10 minutes that you guys can vote. ! Vote in the name of the character that you want to give your experience to. It's Faust, Noel, Maria, or Ray. ! Their name, or ! Vote and then their name. So go ahead and start getting those in. So, who moved our plot the furthest?
Maria.
Maria. Which is fine. The local people biz is Maria's wheelhouse. The angles of that are all hers, and that's more than fine because I don't have the charisma or the manipulation.
We need somebody who can talk to people.
Yeah. And it ain't me. Oh, it's definitely not me.
I guess regardless of what you think, there, Derek, Maria gets it. She gets majority. You're welcome. Who had the best scene?
Ray tormenting Noel.
I don't know. I wasn't present for the stuff with Maria and Faust. Although that was pretty cool. What was happening in the servo?
Yeah, the service station. That was actually pretty great. I mean, Maria taking 3 hunger from a guy.
Got away with that, yeah.
Getting away with taking 3 hunger is not a...
That was on Faust.
That was Faust's wheelhouse.
That is, yeah. Actually, yeah, no, I could agree with that.
That was me
Hey,
failing.
Faust. Buddy. Hey, buddy. Guess what? I'm voting for you. You take your experience.
That was more like me failing miserably and then getting frustrated and just giving up. Using the hammer in the end.
Which is kind of how Faust would react, let's be real.
Yeah, very faithful.
He's just frustrated. No one has fucking decency.
Yeah, and that's how he reacted, and that's great. That fits.
Mm.
Alright. I mean, I guess. I don't know if that's really what I get, but...
Faust is about manners, and that person wasn't showing you any manners.
And so you put him in his place.
Get the fuck out of my face, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have a gun. What fucking gun?
Yeah, it's like, oh, so you have a gun. Where's the gun?
What's the gun? He's like... Get your ass in the fucking bathroom.
Yeah, he got frustrated, so he's like, you know what? Fuck you. You don't get a choice.
Maybe that's just how I should play it. When people give me bullshit and don't show me any decency or manners, I should just... That's when the hammer comes down. Maybe that's how it is.
Yeah.
Frustration.
But no, my vote goes to Faust on that one.
Mhm.
They just give people the chin spunk.
So, so does it all go into Faust?
Thank you. Derek, do you have a... You haven't said anything.
I already gave my vote, Faust.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Best line.
Peanuts.
Sure.
You know, there's gonna be a joke in there about nut butter, but that's below me.
I just realized that's a W innuendo, and now I like it. God damn you!
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, yeah, it is. That either that or it's like, you alright, Noel? Get fucked. Just the exasperation.
I feel like Noel and Faust could just get along purely off of dad jokes alone. Puns and dad jokes.
What do you think, Derek?
The beneath me line works.
Alright.
Then no, you get it.
Okay.
There is
Dankeschön.
the
They tolerate me. They really tolerate me.
the poll is still going for another 4 minutes. So, how do you guys feel? What do you guys think? What are you guys thinking for next session
Oh, I'm racist.
already? Well, I'm
Oh.
not gonna ask for next session, but already. But what are you guys thinking?
Someone's gonna get hurt.
Well,
I mean,
Noel's
I
gonna
can-
hurt somebody for sure.
A kindred's either gonna get starved or put into torpor via way of Scorpion's touch.
You want it to be a kindred?
Doesn't necessarily have to be a kindred, but it's probably gonna end up being a kindred.
Okay.
I could see Faust going and talking to him the next evening, and just being like, "This isn't about you, but I need to blow off some steam," and just aiming to aiming to put Faust down temporarily.
Oh man.
Does Noel have a cell phone or something?
He does.
Then Foster just message him. You doing okay, bud? You doing alright?
The automatic response. No.
Just yeah, it'll either be just peachy or no.
But yeah, we still got a couple more minutes, so get your votes in, everybody. Exclamation point vote and the name of the character that you want to vote for. We've got Ray, we've got Noel, we've got Maria and Faust. And so, are the gears in your heads turning yet?
Damn right. Ray's paranoia is real right now.
I-
She's so concerned with what's going on. Like, she didn't even need the compulsion.
Mm-hmm.
I do have an expenditure though.
Oh, before we even get
It's
the
not-
tally yet? Okay.
I don't need it to buy what I'm gonna buy. I just needed the participation XP to buy it.
Nice. What are you doing?
I'm buying Obfuscate 1
Mmm.
and taking Silence of Death.
Yes. Because you're going to be a quiet boy.
So, I mentioned there was minutia I was working on in the meantime.
Mm. Remind me
through the
again what that
police.
was. Oh, yeah, you were texting Anna. That's right.
Texting Anna, working with her on private information and calls, if I can get them. I guess at this point, I want to go ahead and ask if through that and through friendly gestures and communication, if at any point I was able to get in contact with other law enforcers, police officers, and start on a herd.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You don't know anyone else personally.
Do I really have to go through every fucking human being for a herd?
No.
No, but
You're making it seem that way.
No.
The trick to it is you get one person to kind of get you in touch with the situation, like the group that you're trying to end up developing, and once you have 2 or 3 people in a group, it becomes pretty easy to use it as a herd at that point. So it's kind of like if you want a 3-person herd, you might only need to meet 2. If you want like a 12-person herd, you might need to meet 3 or 4.
Okay,
Right.
so
It's kind of the reason you're doing that is just to establish that this person wants to come along. This person always has a hanger on. This person always ends up bringing in this person. So then you start getting groups.
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so meet one more person then.
Yeah, you've got your 1 to get your 2 and 3 and 4.
And she counts as a 1-dot contact for you so far, even though she's blood bond.
Okay.
She counts as a 1-dot contact. It does mean she's looking for payment in some fashion. So she's either going to be looking to continue that blood bond, or she wants finances. And I've explained that to you already.
Yes. Okay.
If she's going to be losing her job over this, she wants job security, more or less.
Yep. All right. I'll invite Minutia then. Is invite her out on a date, and I guess next session I'm going on a date with a third wheel. I'm having an orgy.
Hey, Lamau.
At the expense of willpower, but it's happening.
That's exactly right.
Fair enough.
I don't care as long
Oh,
as I
God,
get
that's
tired
awesome.
cops at the end of their shifts. That's fine with me.
Any other expenditures? And it does look like Maria was the audience favorite today.
Congrats.
But yeah,
Expenditures. I already made mine.
anyone else spended?
No, I'm sitting at 8. I need to grab at least 2 more before I.
Oh
well,
my.
technically, a few more.
What you
Yeah.
buying? What you saving for?
I think I'd be comfortable at Animalism 2, then Protean 3
Okay.
to
Okay.
get flesh crafting.
That's what you're
and
working for.
then bring everything else out.
Delicious. Delicious.
Flesh crafting.
Well, let's
The flesh change.
go down the line and see about doing some shout outs. Let's go with Mox first this time.
I'm Moxie, and you can find me over on Gathering of Nerds, where we do a good plethora of different things over the week. I also play in over there in Gavin's game, Lethality's game, um, which is Brisbane by Night. So come join us for that. It's good fun.
Yes, yes. Gavin, otherwise known as Lethality Complex.
Yes. Yes, I'm Lethality Complex, and when I'm not getting found in the Alps by RNGesus, you can find me over on the Gathering of Nerds doing a whole variety of different things, such as being the STE for Brisbane by Night River City Secrets, which is in an inferno state right now. It's pretty good. You can also find me coming up tomorrow at tomorrow. It will be at 8 Central or midday Australian Eastern Standard Time, where I'm going to be running a new show called The Gathering Presents, where our dear Spectre Deflector, along with a couple of others, have decided to become my victims for a game of Shadowrun. You can also find me right here playing Noel on San Antonio, although for Noel, I'm not sure how much longer. It depends on how my dice decide to go. You can find me playing the ubiquitous Norabellum on Derek's Detroit by Night Overhaul, and you can find me running a stream called Live at Midnight sporadically on the Gathering of Nerds channel, whereupon I decide to play games until I fall asleep. It's pretty interesting, all things considered. But yeah, that's my sales pitch. On to the next person.
Derek, why don't you give us some shoutouts?
Hey everybody, my name's Macabre Derek. If you haven't already heard, I end up running Detroit by Night every Sunday at 7:30 Central Standard Time at my own channel at Macabre Derek on Twitch. You'll also find, if you're curious about the world of darkness and specifically Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, you can end up coming and joining us after the session of Detroit to end up joining me for a VTM workshop where it's kind of a combination of lessons, discussions, and asks me anything. Afterwards, I also end up doing a stream on Thursday on Drawing on the Macabre, where I end up doing a lot of illustrations, primarily character illustrations for your own games at home, where I end up doing them live right in front of the viewing audience. So if you want to end up being able to give live feedback, or you just want to hang out as we bring something of the more twisted and horrific, please do join by. We love to eviscerate you. I mean, meet you.
Eviscerate is pretty close to the real actual thing. Spectre, shout yourself out, my dear.
Hello, I'm Spectre Deflector. I have a couple different streams that I like to partake in. I'm a local TTRPG nerd and community artist and illustrator. You can catch me Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Mondays with Brisbane by Night with Lethality Complex. Wednesdays here on San Antonio. And then on Fridays, also at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I do Ghosting Images, which is my own personal Twitch stream featuring live commissionary art and live drawing.
Nice. Well, thank you so much to my players for coming out and playing. I enjoy having you guys here all of the time. As for me, everyone, you can find me at CoffeeCatPresents.com. The link is down below in the overlay, CoffeeCatPresents.com. Just check that out. That's everything you need to know about me. And really, that's about it. So, from the Alamo City, say goodnight, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Someone's gonna get hurt.